It's the tight and twisty nature of this place that always means Friday's a little bit more eventful than usual. Hello everybody, welcome to the Friday practice review for the 2020 Russian Grand Prix. Mercedes are on top, but it's Valtteri Bottas having the advantage over Lewis Hamilton in the first session, and in the second session Hamilton having advantage over Bottas. It's all pretty much straightforward. A track Mercedes have never been defeated at, looks to be proving to be a turning point in the championship. Let's take a look first of all at the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship coming in to round 10. It's the 10th round of the Formula 1 World Championship, and for the first time we head to Eurasia. Welcome to the 2020 Russian Grand Prix at Sochi. After 9 races have been completed, it's Lewis Hamilton who across the board has had domination. Bottas, Verstappen and Gasly the only other drivers to win races this year. Hamilton is walking away with it. Moving further on, we have a 2-week break after Russia before we head over to the Eiffel Grand Prix, before Portugal and Emilia-Romagna over the 2-day event. Turkey, a double-header in Bahrain on a different circuit of course for Shakir, and on the 13th of December, the season will end in Abu Dhabi. In the Drivers' Championship, Lewis Hamilton leads the way, 190 points to him. He's 55 points clear of Valtteri Bottas. Max Verstappen on 110 hasn't scored points for 2 races now. He has really got to get up here in Russia. Lando Norris is ahead of that mini battle with Alexander Albon, Lance Stroll, Danny Ricciardo, Charles Leclerc, Sergio Perez, Pierre Gasly in the battle over 4th place. In the second page, watch out, Carlos Sainz is ahead. Only just though, Esteban Ocon joining the party. Vettel, 17 points still after 9 races, but still with no points on the board. Latifi, Russell and Grosjean. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes leads the way on a 152-point advantage to Red Bull. And then Mercedes, well, they're going to be Constructors' Champions in around about 3 races' time. McLaren, Racing Point, Renault, Ferrari, AlphaTauri, all in a battle for 3rd place. And then, of course, we have 1 point for Haas and no points for Williams at the moment. It's the Russian Grand Prix at the Sochi Autodrome, and this is your Friday practice review. Hello everybody, welcome to the Friday practice review. We'll start off as ever with the first session in just a few moments time, because it was announced during the second session, made official, that Stefano Domenicali will be taking over as Formula One's CEO as of the 1st of January in 2020. Chase Carey will become the chairman emeritus, similar title to what Bernie Ecclestone previously held with the sport, as he looks to go on for other aspects in motorsport as well. It's a great opportunity as well for Formula 1 to have a refresh, as we're going to have Stefano Domenicali in top position, and him working with Ross Brawn is going to be absolutely legendary, you can assure that. Right, let's take a look at lap attack here at the Sochi Autodrome, and on the other side we'll take a look at the first practice session result. Let's take a look around the Sochi Autodrome in Russia. 3.633 miles, 18 turns, 2 DRS zones, and around the Olympic Village of the 2014 Winter Olympic Series. It's a demanding track. Let's take a look on board. On board with the Toro Rosso then of Danny Kvyat, down the hill towards turn number 1. It's barely a corner, flat out 8th gear, open up the DRS as you hurtle downhill to the braking zone for the first time. It's turn 2, heavy on the brakes, snap the DRS shut, turning down towards the left, keep the car in as you full power, round turn 3, full throttle, 7th gear, 8th gear mid-corner, keep the car drifting in mid-apex, fling it towards the right-hand side for turn 4, get the power on, exit the corner, don't go too wide, into turn 5 now, hard on the brakes as you come past the first sector time. Now, 6 and 7, it's a double right-hander corner, but it sneaks up on you. Turn 6, you barely notice. Turn 7, heavy on the brakes, throw the car in 4th gear as you come in towards where the swimming gala was, the ice skate rink now, as it fluctuates between summer and winter. It was the ice skate rink, and now it's the swimming pool in the summertime. Down now towards turn 10, this is where the first DRS zone on the track is. Open it up, you just get the square exit, downhill now. Turn 11 and 12 is a little bit of a kick. The next heavy braking zone as you pass the second sector time point comes at turn 13. 8th gear, flat out, all the way down, 3rd gear corner, flick the car in, is a mini bump in in the exit. Be careful not to spin off the track. Get the car hooked up through 15 now. Heavy on the brakes. Third gear corner. Right and left, right, right again. 316, 17 and 18. Two rights to end the track. Two rights make a wrong. Currently here. Flat out. Last corner. Hold in fourth gear. Drop down to third. Power at the exit. The line is just there at the exit. That is a lap of the Sochi Autodrome track here in Russia. Right, let's get on to the free practice one report then for the 2020 Russian Grand Prix. And it all started with Valtteri Bottas taking the top honours here at the circuit. An absolutely dominant performance, if you ask me. Hamilton down in 19th place, but Ricciardo in second place as well, having that Renault power unit. They look to be strong here this weekend. But Valtteri Bottas led the first practice session ahead of the Russian Grand Prix, half a second faster than Danny Ricciardo in second. Max Verstappen was third fastest for the Red Bull team. Sergio Perez in fourth place and Lance Stroll in fifth. The racing points crucial as well for Sergio Perez to still be up there after his accident, after Lance Stroll's accident, at the Tuscan Grand Prix. It means that Sergio Perez won't have the updates for this race, so he's struggling as much as the next man as well for parts. The top six round out Esteban Ocon with home racer Danny Kvyat taking P7 for AlphaTauri. Kvyat was the fastest driver of the session on the medium compound tyres. Everyone else above setting them on the soft compound tyres. Alexander Albon 8th on the soft Red Bulls. Ferrari, Vettel P9, 3/10 faster Then Pierre Gasly rounded out the top 10 as well. There was a little bit of an interesting one. Two incidents out on the track caused a virtual safety car and then a red flag. First of all, Carlos Sainz spinning and losing his rear wing. He went backwards into the tyre wall and flicked him towards the left-hand side. It only damaged the rear wing. But when he came back, shards of debris across the track caused the virtual safety car to have to be brought out. And then a red flag. Nicholas Latifi doing exactly the same thing down at turn 10 on the bump for Latifi into the wall and damaging the front end of the car and knocking off the rear wing. That brought out the red flag as he couldn't get the car going again as well. 30 minutes, as I said, it was the gap between them. Red flag was brought in, and when it was, we had a great run for George Russell, 17th fastest, split the two Haas cars of Magnussen 16th and Grosjean in 17th as well. Alfa Romeo 14th and 15th for Antonio Giovinazzi and Kimi Raikkonen starting his 322nd Grand Prix here this weekend, down in 15th place. He equals Rubens Barrichello's records of Grand Prix starts. He'll beat that next time out at the Eiffel Grand Prix, where we are live as well. But an absolute stunning turn of events. Further down the order as well, it was a run between them, as at the back saw, of course, Latifi without setting a time. Let's take a look then at the full results from Free Practice 1. So Valtteri Bottas tops the first practice session then on a 1:34.923. Danny Ricciardo is second on a 1:35.430. Max Verstappen third on a 1:35.577. Sergio Perez fourth on a 1:35.796. Lance Stroll is fifth on a 1:35.965. Esteban Ocon is sixth fastest on a 1:36.061. Seventh place for Danny Kvyat on a 1:36.230. Alexander Albon goes into 8th place on a 1:36.254. Sebastian Vettel 9th on a 1:36.323. And Pierre Gasly rounds out the top 10, a 1:36.706. Charles Leclerc is 11th on a 1:36.896. Then we get Carlos Sainz in 12th on a 1:36.970. Lando Norris 13th on a 1:37.110. Antonio Giovinazzi 14th on 1:37.201. Kimi Raikkonen 15th on a 1:37.230. Kevin Magnussen 16th on a 1:37.430. Then we get George Russell 17th on 1:37.595. Romain Grosjean 18th on 1:37.649. Lewis Hamilton 19th on a 1:37.716. And Nicholas Latifi in 20th on 1:37.784. So Valtteri Bottas tops the second practice session after Lewis Hamilton spent most of it on top. It went down to 2.5 tenths of a second, but Bottas had the advantage and got ahead. Daniel Ricciardo third, so he maintains being in the top three in both sessions. Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris fourth and fifth from McLaren after being way off in the opening practice session. That was a relief to see as well. Going back, 2 lockups, which meant Hamilton was down in P19 in practice 1, continued into practice 2, a few lockups around the track as well. He was really fighting for control, but Ricciardo said on Thursday that it was the biggest tracks on the calendar for most room of improvement for the Renault team, and it is delivering here. That's also can be said for the Renault power units of McLaren as well. They are going strong. Further down the order, Sainz crashed into the barriers in FP1, 10th fastest overall in FP1. He went quicker than Lando Norris. It wasn't a happy session for Verstappen. Clunked the curb at turn 2, ran wide as well. That spoiled his lap, so Verstappen's going to be up there quite a bit as well going on. Ferrari bringing updates as well. They're copying more of a Mercedes approach on the rear wing with the 3 slits rather than the dash formation of a kitchen knife we saw back in Tuscany. So Ferrari have got the better updates, and hopefully with some points on the board, more promising. Second, Red Bull of Albon in P12, just off the back of AlphaTauri of Gasly in 11th and Kvyat in 13th. So Red Bull, AlphaTauri all down the order as well. But it was 13th as well for Kimi Raikkonen at one point, but he got dropped down the order. Renault in the barrier this morning for the Latifi, he was 15th. George Russell moving up the order as well. 0.012 separated them. Russell down in 16th place. And round out the field, the 2 Haskars of Magnussen and Grosjean as well. Grosjean, 3 seconds off the pace. He locked up down at turn 13. An interesting first practice session. An okay predicted second session, but it's going well here in Tuscany. Here in Sochi, moving away from Tuscany. Let's take a look then at the times from free practice 2. So Valtteri Bottas tops the second practice session at 1:33.519. Lewis Hamilton is second at 1:33.786. Danny Ricciardo third at 1:34.577. Carlos Sainz is fourth on a 1:34.723. Lando Norris fifth on a 1:34.847. Then we get Sergio Perez in 6th on a 1:34.890. Max Verstappen is 7th on 1:35.048. Charles Leclerc in 8th place on 1:35.052. Esteban Ocon is 9th on a 1:35.139. Sebastian Vettel rounds out the top 10 on a 1:35.183. Pierre Gasly is 11th on 1:35.210. Alexander Albon is 12th on 1:35.242. Danny Kvyat 13th at 1:35.461. Kimi Raikkonen 14th at 1:35.516. Nicholas Latifi 15th at 1:35.563. George Russell 16th at 1:35.575. Lance Stroll 17th at 1:35.627. Kevin Magnussen 18th at 1:35.729. Antonio Giovinazzi 19th at 1:36.053. And Romain Grosjean in 20th on a 1:36.858. A crazy session then here for 2020. Free practice 1 and 2 looking amazing. It all shapes up then for a Mercedes-dominated weekend. We'll be back tomorrow at 12:30 UK time for the Saturday practice review. Do join us. It's going to be a great one. Good night, everybody.